there. Today I want to show you how to start making a portrait kind of like this, where you can manipulate the blend tool and get some pretty interesting results. You know, and excuse me, and then later on potentially play around with some background designs as well. So here's where I am with this. Sorry, I just started to cough. So I've already imported my design or my image that I want to use into Illustrator, and I've actually left a lot of room in the artboard, like all this empty space over here, because I'm thinking I might do something interesting later on with the background. If not, I can always resize my artboard. But here's what I'm gonna do first. Let me bring up my layers, which are actually already open. Here they are. I already made 2 layers. I copied this image onto a second layer and then I locked it. So just in case something happens, I have that as a fallback. So I'm going to take the top image, select it, and I'm working in CS5. You might be in CS6, and in which case the image trace menu that you're looking for is going to be under Window instead. But I'm going to find it under Object in my case. So you're going to go to Image Trace, Tracing Options. Make sure this is selected when you do this. Change your mode to grayscale, and I highly recommend at some point you hit preview. I also think that I'm going to start off with a max number of colors of 8, and I'm going to hit preview and see what happens. And that's what I got. And actually that looks pretty good. If you feel that you're losing too much detail or you have too much detail, you can change this. So for example, if I just change my max colors to 9 and just see what that does to my preview, that gives me a little bit more information actually. You just don't want to go too far. Like if I go to 20, for example, I don't really think that adding 20 different vectors is really doing anything for me in terms of showing me where everything is. So I'm going to simplify this a little bit more and I like 9. I'll bring this back down to 9. I'm going to hit trace, and I get that, and then I'm going to go to object. Once I have this, object, expand, and now all of these layers are individual vectors. Probably what I want to do next is some of this stuff, like I think this could all actually be black here. So I'm going to select this, and in my tools palette here, I'm using the direct selection tool. I'm going to just go ahead and say, let's make that black. So 0, 0, 0, 0. And say OK. There we go. And so I'm kind of pushing the some of this a little bit. Oops. Wrong thing. Got to grab the direct selection tool, otherwise it grabs everything. And I don't want to grab all of that, so I'm going to zoom in. And again, so you're just going to find the really dark areas that are maybe a really dark gray and make those black. You could individually trace all of these, like you could actually go through with a pen tool and do this, but I guess my attitude is, oops, whoa, that looks terrible. Work smarter and harder. So again, make sure you're only selecting what you actually want to make darker. Oh, that was funny. I look like okay, I did it again. So I guess I have the wrong area selected there. That's unfortunate. I don't understand why I did that. Let's try that again. Again, you could individually do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Let's see if it worked this time. And yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. All right, so, again, decide when you're done with all that. Maybe I'll just make these, what the heck, a little darker too for the same reason. So any of my really dark grays, I'm just going to push them to black. Like that. Easy. And now this is, I'm now realizing that's not black either. Okay, so that's the first part of the exercise.